up, Gamer fam? We're live again.
We are live for us yet again.
Coming at you.
Welcome to a Gamer After Dark.
Ooh, sounds spicy.
Spicy. Why is it so spicy?
Oh, mucho caliente.
We've got Mark, Jeffrey, Anthony, your Trace amigos, ready to bring you guys some ridiculous content and bountiful deep diving topics.
Something.
Deep diving. Bountiful deep diving. This really is an After Dark episode.
After Dark.
After. That's enough of me saying that.
I hope you brought your hand sanitizer.
I don't use any.
All right, fellas. This one's been bugging me for a little bit.
Okay.
Think about this for a sec.
Oof.
What would you rather have? What would you rather have? An arm that regenerates every month or legs that grow back every month?
I have the question for that first. Why are they going away? Why do they have to go back?
That's irrelevant. Which one would you rather have?
I'm confused.
Do you want an arm that grows back every month?
What if
or
I don't
legs
need it
that
to
grow
grow
back
back? What
every
happens? Like, do I sprout another one?
Are we in Fight Club? Are we
Well, you could be if you're growing new arms and legs every month.
I guess so.
How long does it take for it to grow?
I'm gonna rip it off. Yeah, how long? Yeah.
A month.
No,
It
you
takes
said
a month to
it
grow
grows
back?
back every month.
It grows back every month.
Then I get to use it for a day, and then what?
Well,
No,
think
you can
about
use it for the whole month.
No,
but...
it takes a month to grow back.
right.
God damn, that's a long time. Okay, or what was the other part?
Or
A
legs.
month to grow back
Or your legs. Basically, your arms or legs.
One arm or two legs?
Yes. And
One
arm.
arm,
Then
both
I'm
my
gonna-
legs.
Or both
Look at
legs.
her
I'm
back
gonna-
here. Look at this.
I'm gonna choose one arm then. One arm is the answer.
I mean, I feel like having an arm that's expendable, you could do a lot of stuff.
I don't know what you mean.
See, it's after dark.
Either.
Just
It
go
is
with
after
it.
dark. I don't know what I did before this episode,
He's giving
but my
himself
brain is
the
outside
stranger
of my
with
body.
with his arm that he can rip off, and now he can't even feel it. So,
Like,
I mean,
when you cut off the arm, is it still? Can I use it?
Why is it cut off?
I don't know. This
exactly.
is your
We
weird
asked that
world we're in.
question.
No. Well, what if it gets ripped off? What if
That's
you only
why-
lose half of it?
What are we doing that the arm is
What
cut
is
off
going
or
on?
ripped off?
Luna, save
Why?
me, please.
Where did this come from? And why is it one arm equals two legs? I don't get that either.
It's just a
But-
question, man.
Hold on. If I lose my arm and like, oh no, like, can I still pick it up and like put it on my shelf?
Sure. And then you'll have a new one in a month.
But it decomposes just
Would
like
it?
a normal
But
arm
how
would.
badass would it be
Yeah.
to have like a skeleton of your arm just hanging out in your room?
I do have a skeleton of my arm every day of my life. It's in my body.
You
I
could
got
have
two of
more.
them. Why do I? What? What
I'm
the
so
hell?
Okay,
for
but
the
you still haven't
sake
answered the
of
question then. So an arm or
For the
legs?
sake of the question, I'm saying one arm, losing one arm is better than losing both legs.
I'm gonna say legs because then I can crawl after somebody.
Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan.
They'll just see my legs. What? This guy's standing up, man. What the?
It's gotta be like Deadpool, where you
Yeah, I
get
was
the
just
baby
gonna say,
legs,
it's
though.
gotta look like
You gotta get
Deadpool.
the baby legs first, and then
What,
you
as I'm
eventually-
crawling after people, like, hey, can you help me? I'm looking for a glass of milk. Oh man, I'm taller by the second.
So is it just the legs, or is it the entire waist down?
No, see, your legs are appendages. See,
I get that,
so
but
it's the legs. He said.
he's got baby dick. He's got baby
No,
dick.
that's as far as I'm concerned on my body. As much as it is another leg, it's not attached to my legs.
I don't
Just saying,
advise standing
it'll be
on it.
baby dick.
Don't
be
advise
baby dick.
standing on it.
Not gonna work out too well for you.
I wish this was stronger after that question. It's so
Right?
crazy of a
No
question. My
shit, like-
camera can't focus.
Boom.
My grandma.
My camera. And then there's this. Look at this. Look at this. This is not a cat. Look at this Luna girl.
Just in case you can't see what he's doing, he's molesting his dog via distance in his
Why would you
webcam.
say that?
Jesus. Dude.
Oh my god. I am not. She's at least 2 arms lengths away. If I had another arm, I could judge it
See?
properly.
There you
I
go.
mean, if you could grow one back, you could just hold it.
What if-
and then it would be
Can
right
I keep
there.
my current arm growing? Like extend my wingspan? So I'm just like,
How about if he just grew the one twice the length and then still didn't have one over here?
I imagine after a
I'm
month that
alive.
shit would pop off like a gecko's tail or some shit. You're just walking around, your arms up.
you're not walking
bad.
anywhere. Your arm is carrying you around.
Imagine if you picked legs and that happened. You
If you
forgot
what?
what time of the month it was, and you're just walking around and just. Oh.
I don't like the way you phrase this question.
Talking about the time of the month. Like,
As I
don't
have
know
a
about
red
you,
shirt
but
up
I don't-
behind me.
I don't have that issue. I don't know about you.
You would
Could
if
you
you had
imagine
an
what-
appendage every month. Oh shit! It's that time of the month.
You couldn't get out of
It's
bed.
appendage month.
Where are my legs? Oh yes, it is about that time of the month.
Guess we got our cycles lined up. I lost my arms.
Arm single.
Arm, one arm, one
Forget.
arm,
I lost,
two
my,
legs.
I lost my
One arm.
legs and you lose your arm.
Why is there 2 arms and 4 legs sitting in my room? What the fuck?
Oh my gosh.
This
That
makes no sense. This makes
is ridiculous. I'm sure Anakin would love that.
yes.
Oh my god. I have the high ground. I don't care.
Why are they like you're pulling it out of like Woody or Pinocchio sounds?
Because I can't make the
Sounds. You
Sound.
just did it. You done
you know,
pretty
'cause
good right there.
Why does
Okay,
it sound like you're slurping spaghetti?
exactly. I don't know.
'Cause it's-
I've never pulled an appendage off, so I would imagine that it
Oh,
would
you
be
never
easier if
pulled an
it just went.
appendage off, huh?
You know.
He's pulled plenty of.
He's pulled plenty of appendages. Singular appendage.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway,
Anyway,
that's how
so
you
what
start a
kind of
show.
lube you guys? Oh wait.
It's been a pretty lit week, huh?
You're not trending, bro. Why are you saying lit?
Well, whoa.
What did your daughter say the other day? You're not in trend. You're not on
Yeah,
trend.
Like the most ridiculous shit ever. She just walks up
Yeah.
behind me. I don't know what they were talking about, and I just
I don't
said,
know
"What did you
either.
say?"
You're not on
She's
trend.
like, "You're not on trend," and then walks
No.
away. I'm like,
I'm on
what
the
the fuck just
computer.
happened?
What are you talking about?
"What the fuck just happened?"
What is Trend? Is that a new app? Where do I
Right.
get that?
Where do I?
Is
Do I
that
have
on
to
the
pay for
iOS
it?
store? Or is that on Samsung?
Is there
which
like a
which Tide
trial
Pod is
subscription?
that now?
Tide Pod.
God, if only we
Soda.
could give that to kids at parties. Just kidding. Love
Wow.
kids.
Wow, and you go back
I
to
remember
love
prison.
my,
parties.
Yeah, remember my Yu-Gi-Oh comments? I love kids. Like that.
Not like that.
The FBI has now flagged our channel.
Oh,
That's
they
fine.
probably
At
have
least
already.
somebody's
That's
listening.
fine.
Not gonna lie, I did get a
More
phone call today
subscribers.
from Russia. No joke. Got a phone call
Was it
from
was it
Russia.
Putin?
Like I'll show you. It says Russia.
Oh,
Weird.
it was Putin. He's listening. What's up,
That's
Putin? You
weird
need to
for
charge
me.
your fucking phone.
Yeah, I'll fast charge it here in a minute. It'll be supercharged. I'll be all right.
Nice.
Yeah. How have you guys been doing, man? Guys, what's new?
A long week. Long
It's
week.
been a long week. Planning a little business getaway here coming up next week, so episode might be a little delayed, but we'll get it out as soon as we can get it recorded.
Yeah, that's what she said. We'll get it out.
Mm.
Yep.
When in doubt.
When in
Get
doubt,
it out.
pinky out. Patrick always says, when in doubt, pinky out.
Patrick Mahomes.
Star.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
There was an episode of, I don't remember what the show was called. It was something to do with airports, and it was on TLC. And the stewardess was talking to a little kid, and the stewardess goes, "Do you know why you don't see any little baby planes over here?" And the girl goes, "No." And she goes, "Because we're American Airlines. We always pull out on time."
What the fuck? A stewardess said that to a little child.
Yes, like a 6 or 7-year-old. Yep.
What the heck? What were you watching?
What? It was some show on
It's actual
TLC.
commercial for American Airlines.
No. It was like, there used to be a, I don't know, terminal or something like that. It was, I don't know what it's called. I just know that was one of the things that I had heard on the show, and I laughed.
Like this is a series where flight attendants are just walking around harassing little kids.
Isn't that how normal planes are? Haven't you ever been on a plane?
I don't remember getting harassed.
I mean, normally people don't remember trauma.
You repressed it, yes.
True.
That's true. And that's why you come up with these ridiculous
walking
questions of your
around
arms and legs.
With potential, like, animals that you shouldn't be having on planes on your face. I mean, you should probably remember that.
Thinking of repressed. It would be really interesting if the Riddler was a therapist.
Oh my god. Don't do that again, Mark. Oh my god. Fuck me.
No, thank you.
Later.
Okay, all right. Mark, I'm digging the new setup back there, bro.
Thank you. I rearranged a lot of stuff, and there's still more things to be done, but I have my TV over here now.
How many controllers do you need?
That's a good question.
17. Got my little Boba Fett
Boba
controller holder. Boba
Fett? Baba the Fetty.
Baba the stairs. Does it change colors with your mood too? And then you know you got to switch controllers?
It doesn't change colors at all.
Oh, boo.
Corbin Dallas multipass.
No. The answer is no.
Do you not have any special PlayStation controllers, or they're all just normal?
Nah, they're all just normal.
Have you seen the new blue one?
Yes, and there's a pink, and
sexy,
purple, and there's also a red one, and they all look really nice.
Yeah.
They all do,
So
I
good.
really want that purple one because it's nice Vikings purple.
I like how you say purple.
Purple. It's purple.
It's purple.
It's cute.
It's
It's pretty.
Don't say that. Okay, that's fine.
Wow.
Man, my phone is
sorry.
My phone
It's
is
happening.
at 2%.
Just about dead. Just about dead. Yeah.
I'll leave it. It'll be fine.
You know, I've been itching to get one of those scuff controllers though for a while. I think the next one I get will be. I don't know if I want to try a PlayStation 1 though, for the Xbox.
No. Have you tried the Series 2 though? I recommend trying the Elite Series 2. It is a phenomenal controller. I love this bitch. It's real good. When I do eventually get a scuff, it will be the PlayStation 5 scuff. Because I need a scuff for my PS5. Like I miss having those paddles on the back of my controller on the PS5, and it makes it hard to play. Honestly, I've gotten so accustomed to it that I really need it. I need it.
Do you use all four paddles on the Series 2 Elite?
I do. The way I set
can't.
mine up,
I squeeze my controller way too fucking hard, and I start mashing buttons that I don't need to.
okay.
Remember that message that Mark sent you before about not
Look at
squeezing
the
it too
difference
hard?
in the paddles.
No, I know. I can't do it.
Paddles. No, I'm telling you, like you will not squeeze these paddles without trying. Like these ones are way more like in your face. The Series 2 are much more. They're a lot low key.
So the paddles are a little more lower profile. as far as
Yep, lower profile. They don't stick
how
out so
far
far.
around they reach on the
Yep.
pads.
Reach arounds, cool beans.
Reach around on the pads.
We like a
call
good
that
reach
the Dutch
around.
rudders grips.
We like a good reach around.
You love a good. You always love a good grip.
Yes, get that grip.
Not
Get
too
that
tight.
grip.
We don't like snake
A
bites.
little bit.
A little bit of pain is fun. My whole life is pain.
Dude.
Bring out the bird.
No, they're
Emotional damage.
Yeah. There you go.
no, they're nice though. They're a lot harder to hit without trying to hit them. The series 1 having gone back to the series 1 after my series 2 broke initially and had to send it back, like had to change my grip up and my hands cramped up and like kept hitting paddles I didn't want to, but the series 2 is really nice. And then you can get those scuff paddles too, which are even more low profile. They're a little tighter in, they're a little harder to hit without meaning to hit them. But no, they're good. They're good
Yeah,
stuff.
those scuff ones are almost buttons more than they are paddles.
Yeah.
Can I
There's a
just-
few different options with that though too. Sorry.
Very
Jeff,
good.
go.
I was say I kind of want to get just controllers to put on my wall.
You should.
And
You
just
should
like
do it,
not
and
use
then
them.
Grogu's like lifting them.
I really wish. So there's like this Grogu that you can buy at the store, and it moves and like it does this. But I wish that like this is a piggy bank, and I kind of wish I could
Oh,
put the
damn.
money in his bowl, and then like he eats it.
Ooh,
That would be so
you
cool.
remember, yeah,
Like the eggs?
You remember that little?
Yeah.
No, there used to be that little like almost Pac-Man looking dude. He had like the little plate, and you put it on there, and then you push it down, and then you go, oh,
Yeah.
right, like
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
I just want that to do that, and I think that'd be super cool.
That would be sweet.
Otherwise, it looks really sad. So
Kind of does look sad,
it
doesn't it?
looks like a real
Yeah,
Grogu.
the little ass is always sad.
Why are you calling him names, bro? What do you do to you?
Yeah.
Stole the eggs.
He was hungry as fuck, bro.
Again.
Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen the episode. You don't even know what episode I'm talking about. But he eats the eggs when you get there. You'll know it when you see it.
Hey, some of them survived, like
The poor species.
but
Well, it's just frogs. They'll make more eggs.
Fucking
I
gross.
saw a thing today that somebody had asked Sebastian Stan if he's going to play young Skywalker between episodes 6 and 7.
I did.
he's
I
like,
did see the
never-
same article.
He said never say never, and I'm like, oh, please do it, but like not too much longer from now because you're getting kind of older. And I get that they can do magic stuff with that, like in Hollywood and stuff like that, but kind of want it to be still kind of not too far away. I'm just greedy is really what it is. I'm just greedy about it because I guess there is a thing where they're have this from Disney Plus. It's called Jedi Tales or Tales of the Jedi, and allegedly Mark Hamill had made a comment to George when they were making episode 6 about how he's like, this whole story builds up to Luke getting his powers and becoming a Jedi, and right when he gets it, that's the end of his story. And so he's like, there's got to be like a Tales of the Jedi to where he can expand on him doing some stuff, which is kind of a bummer that it's not Mark Hamill that could do it per se, but also like that would be really cool to see him interact and like maybe bring in a love interest, and maybe that's you can kind of have the inner in between stuff explain more of why he is the way he is in The Last Jedi and make The Last Jedi more enjoyable, even though you shouldn't have to do that. But I feel like that could be a lot of fun to explore. Like there's so much ground.
I still feel like The Last Jedi, not trying to completely go away from where you were going, but like I really wish that it would have been different. I feel like they made it so much so that Finn was going to be
A
a
Jedi.
Jedi, and then Rey then is like, oh yeah, hey, here's our female character. Like, don't get me wrong, she's great, but I feel like it was set up from the very beginning for Finn to be force sensitive and become the Jedi, and then they're like, oh yeah, it's Rey.
Yeah, but
was
I mean,
like-
at the end of The Rise of
Felt lazy.
Skywalker, he
Felt
talks
lazy.
about how he does it, which very much seems like J.J. Abrams set it up like that in Force Awakens and then continued it in The Rise of Skywalker, but in between didn't explore it really at all.
Right.
Like I do enjoy The Last Jedi for a lot of parts, but the story of the Luke Skywalker part just isn't entertaining to me as far as like, as much as I have this poster, like I love the way this poster looks. It looks pretty cool, but I wish that that Luke's character had still more of an arc rather than just, nah, fuck this, fuck the Force and the Jedi way.
Right. And that's basically what they put him out there to be. Like you said, by the time he starts to gain power, like what was it, Return of the Jedi, you see some of that power that Luke has, and then like that was it. Like that was the tip of the iceberg, and they didn't delve into anything underneath the water. There's a lot there.
Yeah.
There's a lot there that they could touch on. I know that there's a lot that's no longer canon due to the books and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Due to those mergers, but it's, I don't know. I'd really like to see his character fleshed out a lot more.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I
get
don't
into
know.
him go ahead.
I don't know why they don't just make it a series like they did, like they're gonna do with Obi-Wan. Do a filler series, you know?
Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said?
What?
That there is this thing on Disney.
Yes,
on
I know,
their
I know, I know, I
exclusive
know.
about Tales of the Jedi, where
Yep.
that's possibly that.
Oh, so it's gonna be, it's not like a
It's
miniseries, it's
potential.
like a full-on.
Yeah,
It's not
They
necessarily.
haven't
seasonal.
said anything, but like they showed it with all the other shows they still have to release,
Mhm.
and they even showed it with like Indiana Jones 5. But like it was just on a list of stuff they're making for the future, but they didn't go into details of what it is. They just showed it, and so interested to see what that could be.
It very well could be. It could be that like scratch the itch that we need for Luke.
Right.
I wish that there's so much good lore out there that's already been put out there that they could
Expand
tap into. And for them to just be like, no, all of this shit is no longer canon is, I don't know. I feel like it's a disservice to the fan base, really.
Yeah, and then they're bringing some of it in, like in The Mandalorian when Ahsoka is trying to find the blade or whatever, or find something, and helping Mando, and then she's fighting that one person, and then she asks like, "Where's Thawne?" and stuff like that. So like they bring in some things, which is nice,
Yeah.
but then it's like
what is and what isn't canon then? Like
Right.
where are you drawing the line? Like, okay,
And-
yes, you're touching on some of it, but is it all or is it not?
Right, because I still wish that like for the new trilogy, the sequel trilogy, that I was really hopeful that either Rey was a Kenobi or that she was actually Ben's sister,
Mhm.
and they could have
Right.
expanded on that and like not necessarily have to kill Kylo Ren, and then they could
Right.
expand on their stuff. Because I mean, I would love it too if just in some fashion, if they were to tell more of Luke's stories between 6 and 7, if they give him that love interest, bring in maybe like he had a child, and then because of the Force his child dies or something, and that's also what helped him not want to be a part of the Force anymore because of
Right.
him thinking about his child, and then seeing now his nephew possibly be persuaded by the dark side. Like he could think of it as like the Force is not giving him the life that he should have after saving what needed to be saved. You know what I'm saying? Like it just seems
No,
like you
I
could
do.
turn it that way to make The Last Jedi make more sense about it, rather than just like having no context. Like that they give some in the movie, but it's really not enough. And it could make for interesting storytelling and expanding on everybody's worlds. I also like to bringing in how they're doing a Ahsoka series and how they're doing. Like I haven't watched the last couple episodes of Boba Fett, but I'm enjoying these other side stories that they're doing that are live action, and you could do so much more with it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Did they ever say they were going to do a Knights of Ren spinoff?
thought I saw something about it, but I don't remember what it was entirely. If it was like a live action show or if it was a comic book or something. But I thought I saw.
I want to
And I don't
see. I
know
want
if
to see
it
some of
was
that Sith
official or
side.
not.
Like, I want to see that stuff in there as well.
Yeah.
Don't just make it all, the good guys. Like, let's get a series to build up some of the villains too.
Some of the quote unquote villains in the Star Wars sagas have been some of the best we've come across. Like, honestly, some of my favorite characters of all time, like Darth Maul,
Right.
Kylo, Boba Fett, like all these guys, like they are such good characters. They've got such good backstories. They've got
Conflict.
they've got so much
such
potential.
character conflict that makes it for a good story.
It's
Like Kylo
well, and-
Ren's story arc or like character arc, I feel like was one of the best character arcs in
Yeah.
Star Wars.
and they can really flesh those out. And I think that having whether it be a movie spin-off or a series spin-off or something to do either a prequel or a in-between type of timeline, I don't know how the timelines would necessarily flesh out, but I mean, they could do so much with these characters. And another one that I would really love to see would be Darth Maul. Like I would
Right.
really like to see more on Darth Maul. And I think that there's been so many of these like really great villains that they just haven't really done enough to put them out there. Like
There's been
Boba
some
Fett and
rumors
Darth Maul
that
has been,
Darth Maul's going to be in the Kenobi show.
and see, that would be really cool to me.
I
Right,
wouldn't
because I
doubt
mean,
it.
like but so like I'm curious on what the timeline of that is going to be, because I think
Right.
it's either in Rebels that
Okay.
Obi-Wan finally kills Darth Maul on Tatooine when he's older, but I haven't watched all of it, but I've seen like clips of it, like whether it's on Instagram or whatever, and just like some memes with it too, because like I'm on a Star Wars page, my camera's out of focus, and like it'd be interesting to see what they do for that. But I would love it if they brought him in and didn't just make it him just hanging out in Tatooine and making sure Luke's not getting into danger or whatever, stuff like that. But then do they take him off Tatooine to involve Darth Vader more? Or like how do they, because Hayden Christensen's in the show. So are they going to use him as Darth Vader and they're going to fight again? Because like there's alluded to that, like the way they interact with each other in episode 4 was like last time I was the student and now I'm the master type of thing. Whereas like the last time that they fought, like obviously he got
His ass kicked.
yeah, he didn't have the higher ground. He didn't have the option to grow more arms or legs, and so it
It was one arm or two legs.
If
okay,
he would
I said
have, if he would have just waited,
I said any.
he would have chosen all of them.
I said any.
Okay.
if he would have just
The
waited
rest
1
of his
month,
body.
One,
He'd have
if
been
he just
fine.
would have laid, if he just would have laid on Mustafar for 1 month,
1 month, man,
would have been totally
God,
fine.
he'd have been just fine. Asshole.
I mean, who cares if you're burning? Who
Right.
cares if your skin doesn't come back?
Yeah, you look like a marshmallow.
gonna come
an
back.
overcooked
You got-
marshmallow.
At least
already.
you
Like,
got your legs.
He didn't have anything. But I'm curious on if they involve that and like they interact more with that. But then do they do it on Tatooine and make it to where maybe Darth Vader knows then about his son or what? But like I'm wondering if they're just going to do it as like flashbacks from the Clone Wars series and make it more, yes, the Clone Wars series is canon, and then mix it with that as a live action type of stuff.
See, they have a lot of options with that, and I really hope that they bring in some of that lore, like I said, that they've already got out there and touch on some of that, because some of it is really, really good. And I hope that they make it canon again. It's just a matter of how do you pick and choose what's going to be canon again or still or whatever, and then how do you choose what's okay? We don't care about that. Like where do you draw
Well,
the line
who's choosing? Disney?
Well, yeah.
at this point? Yeah,
Because like all this right now is in the control of Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. Like they're the ones that have been doing all the Disney Plus stuff. And Dave Filoni did the Dave Filoni did the Clone Wars saga animated show, and he did Rebels. So like, but he worked directly with George Lucas and learned about Star Wars from George Lucas and George Lucas's vision and what actually is the Force and all this stuff. Like, I'm not sure if you guys have seen it, but there's a clip out there of Freddie Prinze Jr. talking about the Force and how it works and explaining that like all these fans are getting upset because the Force isn't growing up with them. Like, the story's meant for kids, but the story's meant for kids, and it's people get all upset because they want the Force to grow in the way that they want it to. Like, this is what he's saying. And so like there always has to be balance in the Force, and the reason there was the unbalance in the Force is because of if the Emperor kills Anakin, then the Force is just going to make another chosen one to balance it out. There's always got to be one from each side. So him seducing Anakin to the dark side keeps that to where they don't have to bring in, the Force doesn't bring in somebody else. But in order to keep that balance, what did the Force do? Gave Anakin twins, who then come up. There's two Anakin, Luke and Leia, and then there's Darth and the Emperor. So there's still 2 and 2. And then it becomes 2-0, and then they bring up the Force again, brings in two more baddies. And until like there's always going to be that balance. He kind of explains it in more detail and more like context about it, but it's really interesting, and you should definitely check it out, because when you hear it, it makes sense. He gets a little heated about it because like he thinks it's hilarious that people are bugging out about it. He's like, no, I fucking know it. I've been taught this from Dave Filoni, who's been taught this from George Lucas. And so that's why I don't know, like, if with this last movie of Rise of Skywalker, how you can just end the movies like that saga. Yes, this is a Skywalker saga, but then there's still got to be more Sith and more Jedi that come into play here, because they don't technically die. Like, there's always the Force is still around. The Force is always going to be, but it's just,
so who's the next 2 and 2?
Right.
Is what you're
well,
saying.
like, who's the next
like,
1 and 1? Like,
1 and 1,
it's always
because-
counts.
Whatever. 5 and 5, 3
Right.
and 2, or 3 and 3. Sorry, bad math. But I mean, yeah, I like that. I mean, it's a cool concept. I can get behind it, and I want to see, and I think that they will. I don't think that it's, especially being in Disney's hands, I don't think that they're gonna just be like, oh yeah, we're done making those films because that saga is done. I think that they'll continue them. It's just a matter of
what's the context,
who is that next. Who is that next? Is it gonna follow Rey? I still think that they should have followed Finn. I think that Finn should have been in there. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm curious to see who the next baddies are, though, because like I said, the Star Wars baddies, they get me excited.
Right.
They
make him
they're some of
horny.
the best out there.
Like,
They are some of the best out there, honestly.
even like in the video games too. Like when you play the Force Unleashed, like that story is a lot of fun. And especially when you get to choose at the end, like, are you gonna kill Darth Vader? I'm not sure if that's the first one or second one, but like, you're gonna kill Darth Vader, you're gonna kill the Emperor. And then when you go to kill the Emperor, like Darth Vader stabs you, but then there's clones of you, and it's all this stuff. Like that was so much fun, and one of my favorite Star Wars games that I've played.
And at that point in time too, like being able to like have those kinds of Force powers were like, it was really cool. I love that game. Those games were really good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I just want more go ahead.
I would like to see another one made like on current gen,
Like
next
Force
gen,
Unleashed
whatever.
3.
Right, like I would like to see them bring
Hey,
that.
Seth
game
always
series
needs an
back.
apprentice.
Oh man, I would like to see that setup brought back.
Right.
Because those games were good.
I would like to see more live action stuff, for stuff that wasn't live action before. So like, I want to see a good Dragon Ball Z like live action, whether that's a series or a movie. I think it would be better as a series, just because of the like how much content there is about it or material.
Who plays Goku? Who plays Vegeta?
I don't know. I don't know, as far as like out of the people that are actors and actresses right now who would play those characters, but like it could be no names. It could be just random upcoming people, but as long as it's good storytelling and the visuals are good. Like when you watch Dragon Ball Evolution, you see Piccolo and it's just a dude in green with a bigger forehead. You're just like, nah, I don't take it seriously.
Dude, that movie
This
was
sucks.
so trash.
I remember seeing it in theaters and I was like, but I don't want it like this. I don't want it to be this way.
This is so bad.
But I just want some, because if you think about it, I rewatched all the Harry Potters the other day, and there's the last scene. I'm not sure, Anthony, if you've seen them. I think Mark, you have.
Most of them.
But when it's the last
Harry Potter, yeah. I've
the
seen
last battle between Harry Potter and Tom Riddle, and when their magic beams like it looks so amazing, and the fact that we can't use that stuff right now, or nobody's trying to do it as to make a Dragon Ball Z like live action,
They're
it would
afraid
look
to fail.
so amazing.
They're afraid to fail. It's
But
one of those
that's-
things where it's such a high
As
it's
It has-
it's already
Profile,
it's already
yeah.
put
Yeah.
high profile. It's already on this pedestal, right? And you go and you try to make a
a reimagining of it.
let's just face it, the budget that they used on the other one had to have been pretty low,
Yeah,
considering.
I mean-
I know the times too didn't really help them at all, but I just don't see film companies putting up that kind of funding for that genre.
I
But
honestly
Because
think
I
that if
would
they
love to
put it
see-
out there though.
I would love to also see a legit Bleach series put out live action.
See,
Yeah, I
that
mean-
I feel like is a less likely scenario. I feel like if Dragon Ball went big, they could make it really big, because there's a
Right.
lot of Dragon Ball fans, even those that are like half-ass Dragon Ball fans. Like they could make a lot of money, and there would be a lot of people that would go and see it if they did it right. They would have to do it right though. Like they have to spend the money to make the money.
right.
Well, Netflix did put out that Bleach movie or whatever that they have, but it was just super cheesy.
Well, they also did Cowboy Bebop, which got terrible reviews
Oh, that was.
for their live action.
trash.
I haven't watched
I
it
didn't
yet,
watch it.
but
I
like
knew it
watch
would
it.
be. I knew it would be.
some people were saying too that it was just like they tried to very very much be just exactly what it was as a cartoon or anime as they did in live action, and it didn't have the same vibes. And like that's the
Didn't
one thing.
translate well.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that like I felt 100% about for when they did Avatar: Last Airbender. But when they made the movie, they changed so much. Like his name's not Aang, it's Ong, and all this other stuff. And you're like, all right, get the fuck out of here with that. And then they're like, yeah, we're gonna make a live action series on Netflix using the original creators of Avatar: Last Airbender, and everybody got hyped about it. And then within like the last year, like those creators left it, but Netflix is still moving forward. But like there had to have been a reason why those creators left, most likely because you're trying to change some things or whatever. But I'm gonna check it out to see if it's any good. But I don't know if you guys watched all through those episodes or that series, but it's a really good series. I haven't watched through
Which one?
the Avatar.
Airbender?
Yeah,
Last
Avatar:
Airbender.
Last
No, I
Airbender.
haven't.
You should definitely check it out. Mark Hamill's actually in it. He's the main baddie.
Nice.
There's a lot of big name
that's
actors in that
That's a
show.
really good storyline.
Yeah.
And then what is the other one? The
Legend of
Legend
Korra?
of Korra.
I haven't watched through all that. I've only
It's
watched the
that's
first
like
season.
a prequel series,
No, it is not.
isn't it?
It's an
before?
after. It's an after.
Oh.
Yep.
Curious.
You can tell
curious.
because it's more modernized.
Oh, he's whipping out the quotations now.
Of a show. I did one
No,
finger. I didn't know why I
it's
did that.
one.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's more modernized and like it's not bad. I just didn't feel the connection to it as much as I did with the original series. And that original series was just really good. For me, I'm a weirdo and I rewatch Dragon Ball Z once a year. I do the same thing with Avatar: Last Airbender, and I do that with a lot of other shows. But it's just always so good. I just love it every time.
Just Z, or do you go into Super? Because I don't count GT. I hated GT.
Sorry, I did not watch any GT when I watch it. I do Dragon Ball Z, and then I'll go into Super. But since Super just dropped recently with all the dubs, I only own a few of them on Xbox because they had like that sale going on for a while. And I don't have anything to play Blu-ray discs so it doesn't help me out to buy any more Blu-rays. But
the
I
show
enjoyed Super.
version is so far behind compared to the manga.
Oh, I know. There's a
Crazy.
buddy I talked to about at work who's trying to get like a Vegeta sleeve on his arm. It looks pretty sick. But yeah, he was talking to me about the manga and stuff about Vegeta, because like in the manga, like Vegeta's like the most powerful person now, and it's like badass. But they're not even close to that in the show.
No.
And we don't know, like there's a new Dragon Ball Z movie coming out, Dragon Ball Super movie coming out soon, which there's a lot of rumors about what it's going to do with Goku's dad and how they're bringing him back and stuff like that.
And Gohan.
Yeah, they're bringing back powerful Gohan because they're fighting androids again. And I'm really excited about it. It's going to be really fun. I really want a Dragon Ball Z tattoo. I just don't know what I want to do. I'm not sure where you stopped watching Dragon Ball Z, Mark. To know, like,
I've watched on and off for a long time, and I started like from the beginning once they had all those sales going on.
Mhm.
But I got through, I think it was like the first 2.5 seasons.
Okay.
And then I got hung up with other things that I haven't been able to continue from there. I had my wife into it at one point too, and she had watched like 2 episodes, I think. She's like, "This is really interesting, but they could do everything that they've done in like the last 60 minutes in like 5 minutes. They could literally take 6 episodes and put them into
yeah, they got a lot of filler.
half. Like
lot
there's
of filler.
so much like
So if you think there's an
3
explanation in
episodes,
that,
dude, why does it take so fucking long?
so there's like,
What is happening in this time? Oh, Gohan and his buddy are going over here and they're picking flowers while they're doing that. Why are you doing that? Like,
so like
that has nothing to do with
there's
anything.
been some like explanation for it. So like, for example, there's the Frieza when Goku's fighting Frieza on Namek, and Goku's spending up there forever trying to get the spirit bomb from all the spirits, when like Piccolo or Vegeta or Gohan and Krillin are helping and trying to distract Frieza. Because they move so fast when they fight, it's not that long for them in the moment.
I get that,
yeah,
but
it's
when
like,
I'm watching it, it is fucking slow as hell.
Right.
And
if you rewatch it, you'll see that it's only like 1.5 episodes that he's up there like this. Like, it's not that long. Everybody, it's this Mandela effect.
1.5 episodes. That's 35 fucking minutes.
Yeah, but there's
30,
other stuff that's going on the
whatever.
planet at the same time.
Yeah, but
there's more characters
come
involved.
on, man. Come on, man. Do something quicker. Like, you could take that and condense it down. We don't need a season to be 40 fucking episodes. It could be 10, and it could
They're
have
not even
just
that
as
long
much
of seasons.
It could have just as much effect being 10-minute episodes and 20 episodes instead of 40.
I mean, I get it, but it's still fun. It looks great.
Oh, I'm sure.
Have
sure
you guys
there
watched any new anime lately? Like, do you watch any of the anime on Netflix?
The one that I want to watch, and I've only watched like the first 3 episodes, is what is it called? Demon Slayer. No, what I don't remember what the no Kaiba, whatever. I don't remember what the other portion of it is. Demon Slayer though. Demon Slayer I've heard is really, really good. I've watched the first 3 episodes and I loved it. I just didn't have the mental capacity at that time to watch the subtitles. I just couldn't get into it at that point in time. So, well, and see, anytime I've tried to go through it though, I've been so exhausted that I can't focus on it. So I really like it. I just haven't been able to focus on it. If they had English dubs, I would probably have a better time trying to go through it. I just can't take my mental is just not there to try and read through the subs at this point.
There's one on there.
But I've liked it so far.
You guys should check out this one. I don't know how to say it, so I'm not going to try to over the internet where it's going to live forever. So I'll send it to you when we're done here in a little bit.
Say it.
But it's,
say it. Say it.
I think
it's
it's
after
like,
dark. Nobody's watching.
I think it's called Kakaguri. Kakaguri, I think. Kakegurui. And it's about these kids that are in this school and all they do is gamble.
I was gonna say, when you said the kids in the school, I was like
they're
Stranger Things.
they're teenagers, but like there's the main character in the show, like 100% gets off on placing like extreme bets on these things, and it could be anything. It could be a card game, it could be rock paper
Big Hero
scissors.
6.
Yeah. You should definitely check it out. It's super interesting, but like super over the top. There's another one on Netflix. There's another one.
More or less, yeah.
There's another one on Netflix where it's about like these chefs baking and cooking stuff, but
Hell's Kitchen.
they get off on the food, and it's so ridiculous. Gordon Ramsay does not make an appearance. He does not taste the food.
He does, and it's atrocious.
This episode is going to be
There's
called
too much salt.
After Dark. How many times has Jeffrey Phillip has
Too
cut?
much salt.
Too much salt. Just seems extra creamy. Is that sour cream?
Salty?
Oh, that's super high.
You must have had some pineapple.
Oh yeah.
I won't touch on that. After Dark.
After Dark. Oh,
Calling it quits.
Luna's like, are you guys done yet? I'm trying to sleep.
I'll just talk about anime. Fucking get out of here.
I'm still not sure how I feel about this question, honestly.
Agreed.
But hey, it doesn't get the people going. It is not provocative. It gets the people away from you 100% of the time, every time. Speaking of getting away from you 100% all the time, this is us leaving this episode. For Jeffrey, Anthony, and Mark, this was the Gamer Podcast. Thanks for joining in. Anthony doesn't like my game show host voice, but we're gonna do it anyway. Enjoy your evening or whatever day it is you're listening. Nobody heard you, Mark. I'm talking over you the whole time. Can't hear a single thing you're saying. We're out of here. You guys have a great one.
Nobody likes you, and your points don't matter.
Later, everybody.